everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today. In my Wellness Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys to give me some ideas of videos to put up on a Friday. And Megan, who's one of my subscribers, suggested that I make some more of the little craftables that were in the Paper Lovers book. And so when I was going through looking at them, I realised that there's a lot in the Food Paper Lovers book that I don't use because I'm not necessarily a foodie. Sorry, my dog's hanging around. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd actually make some cupcakes and use a couple of the bits and pieces out of here, show you how to make more than one, and use them to decorate my cupcakes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some cupcake wrappers. This Paper Lovers book comes with four. It comes with four in this first sort of Foodies design, and then I think it's got. I don't think it has any in the cute range. I don't think it has any in the cute range, but I think it has some in here. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have any in the blue either. Oh, look, I lied. Anyway, so because... Sorry, I've got some of the chocolate on that piece of cardboard. Because you only get 4 of these, if you make more than one cupcake, or make more than 4 cupcakes, obviously you're not going to have enough wrappers to put around all your cakes. So I'm going to show you how to make a template from this one so that you can trace it onto another piece of paper to use as a wrapper. So the first thing you do is just punch out the shape. Sorry, brain fart, don't know what happened there. Just use a piece of, like a scrap piece of cardboard or any piece of cardboard that you have hanging around your house, and then just trace around the outside. You don't have to be precise with this, which is when, if you're going to use this one, I suggest flipping it over, because if you're like me and you tend to draw on stuff because you're not really all that good at tracing, probably helps. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just so you get the general gist of the shape. There we go. And then just grab a pair of scissors and cut it out. So there we go. Put this in the bin. So that's what it looks like once you've done that. You can see it's basically the same shape, it's a little bit wider. If you want to be really perfect with it, you can make it a little bit more, but I really don't think it matters. And then so just to show you with this one, and then I'll show you how to make more. These spin onto each other to make a little wrapper for your cupcake. So this is a pre-made cupcake. I baked, I'm so proud. I can't bake, I've got no idea. So what you do is you wrap it around the patty pan. Try and make it as tight as you can. And then once you know where it is, sorry, I've got chocolate on my finger and I got some on there, oh well. Then grab some glue tape or any other kind of double-sided tape. And what I'm trying to do here is not lose how tight it needs to be. And then you just stick it down. Go. So that should be about the right size. So if you put that down on your table and you drop the cupcake in, it should fit pretty much perfectly. Again, more chocolate all over my fingers. And there we go. So there's your little cupcake holder. And as I said, you've only got 4 of those in the book, so you don't want to use all of them. So by cutting out the template first, and then we'll jump back into this Paper Lovers book, and we'll just grab a sheet of paper. Because we've already used the green, I figure we might as well use a bit more. Just put that off to the side for a sec. So I'm just going to trace this out. I'm just using the edge of the paper as a guide, so that part's already straight. You could use any kind of paper for this. You don't have to use Kikki.k paper. You can use wrapping paper. You could use paper from other paper lovers books. You could use paper from like a paper stack from Spotlight or Lincraft or anything like that. Any kind of paper you like. But if you were to use, like if you've got like a party and you like designing for a kid's party or something like that, you could really easily use something like the Van Scap range, or you use the Van Scap range for kids, or you could use perhaps the Write Your Own Tomorrow range or the Be Brave range or something like that for an adult. And those would look really, really pretty. I'm just cutting that out, not being particularly careful. The thing with these to remember, I guess, is that they're not really suitable to be used again, so it's not like you can recycle them. So you don't have to be too precise when making, because if you do go too precise, then you're going to feel really bad when a bunch of them get thrown out. So I'm just grabbing another one of my cupcakes. I'm just doing the exact same thing, trying not to get chocolate on it this time if I can avoid it. Just getting it about as tight as it needs to be. Here we go. Drop cupcake on the ground. On the table. Ground. What am I talking about? So same thing, just grab that glue tape just to secure it. If you do that, it just stuck a bit too quickly, you can always trim it back so it looks a bit more even. So then you just drop the cake in there, let gravity do its thing, and there we go. So then you've got two, and as you can see, they're using the same sort of design, even though this one's got the straights and these have sort of got all over the shop. So further than that, once you've done the two, and you can obviously do more than just those two, you could make as many as you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of extra ones to put on my other cupcakes, and then I'll be back to show you the next way I'm going to decorate them. That's what they all look like once I've got them, and I'm trying to put them in places that you can see them. So I've got a couple of green ones, a couple of pink ones, peachy kind of coloured ones. So from there, the next thing that's in the Paper Lovers book that you can use to decorate them with are these cupcake toppers. So I'm just going to pull the whole, no I'm not. Yes I will. I'm just going to pull the whole piece of cardboard, no I'm not. I'll talk myself in and out of things till the cows come home, guys, don't worry about it. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these and I'm just going to cut them out bit by bit. So I'm sort of going to stick with this pink and green kind of theme. So I'm going to get a pink strawberry. And I'm just going to add some yellow to this as well. I'm going to get a green and a yellow apple. And I'm going to grab the yellow stripy flag. green. I might just pop this one out. A green flag that says yum. So the way these are made, so you pop them out just like I did with that one. And then because it's me, you trim it up just a little bit because those little knobby things drive you crazy. And then what you do is you grab a toothpick or anything similar to a toothpick. You fold it over like this and then you stick it down so that it stays solid. So you grab glue tape, put it right into the edge, so as close to the middle as you can get it. In fact, just put a little bit over the middle. Pick the toothpick up, that helps. Just for safety reasons, I would suggest putting the point inside, so that way you don't get someone reaching for a cupcake. Actually, it's not quite going to work like that, so you've got to put it all the way in, but then I'm just going to trim the top off. So that way no one gets hurt. And then they go inside the cupcake. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the rest of these, and then you'll be able to see what they all look like. So with the little cardboard cutouts as opposed to the little flags, you can do them one of two ways. You can either have them just like this and just stick. You can either cut a little hole into the cardboard and kind of push the toothpick through. So just sort of show you what that means. Grab yourself a craft knife. Try not to do what I just did and drop it on your shirt. Grab yourself a little cutting mat. So you just sort of cut, and you can be more precise if you want to be, but you guys know me, so just cut 2 little slots like that. And just use the toothpick to kind of work your way through those little slots. So it goes on like that. So you've got a little bit of a, you can see it there, which is okay. Or the other way you can do it is you get your little apple, you put a little bit of glue tape on the back. Actually, put a lot of glue tape on the back. You stick your toothpick down, and then you get another one. Now it's not going to fit right over the top because they're opposites, as in this leaf is always going to sit a little higher than this one. And you put it in like that. And the only downside to doing this way, which I actually think looks better, but is then you need to use 2. So I'm just going to grab another 2 out of the book. Very reluctant to come out of the book. But I actually think it looks heaps better. So I'm going to use put the side down that you want to use, as in that you want to be more displayed than the other first. Put your toothpick. You could leave it just like that, like, don't get me wrong, you could. It's just, it's really sticky, and if you look at it from the back, you can kind of see, which depends on how pretty you want them to look, I suppose. I just don't like the stickiness on the back more than anything else. There we go. Just move that out of the way. So there we go, that's what we look like when we've got all the little flaggies done. Now the last thing in here that I shouldn't need to show you guys how these work, because you guys are pretty clever, is just for the table place settings. I'm just going to make one up really quickly just to show you. So pull pull them out of the book. This book would lay flat, that would be great. There we go. I'm just going to use the yellow one because I haven't used as much yellow in this as some of the others. And because it's me, we're just going to tidy it up just a little bit. Try not to get the paper shavings on your cupcakes. These are also just as easy to make if you needed to make more than the 8 that are in the book. Just use just a normal piece of cardboard like the one I used to make the template for this one with. Just cut it out exactly like that. Draw in where the score line is, and then you should be able to just make them. You can use stickers, you can cover them with any kind of paper you like. They actually would look very, very pretty. Just trying to find a coloured pen that I want to use. Grey, no, I don't want to use grey. Where's my black ones all gone? There they are. So I'm just going to write Megan's name on here because Megan suggested this. I got really terrible handwriting, so there we go. Oh look, and I smudged it. Oh, bloody hell. I make a mess out of everything. Is that straight? So there we go, guys. That is a couple of extra crafts out of the Foodies Paper Lovers book that I haven't shown you guys before. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this Paper Lovers book, and I did do a walkthrough of it when I got it a long time ago, so I'll link that down below. Not the biggest fan of it, but for stuff like this, if you are going to have a party, if you've got a kids party coming up, like I can see where they come in handy, and they are really cute. Like the more I look at them, the more I like them. So perhaps I need to be more of a foodie than I already am. So I hope you guys like this. Thank you again, Megan, for the wonderful idea. I wish I could send you guys all these cupcakes because now I have to eat them. I've made them and now I must eat them. I'll give them to Ryan, he'll eat them. If you did like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up so I know you do, and that way I can tailor some other videos to sort of suit you a little bit more. If you're not already, please hit the subscribe button. I do love my subscribers. I do read everything you guys say. So I really love interacting with you. If you're not already, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll link those both down below. I also have a Snapchat going now, so I will link that down below for you guys as well. So feel free to send me videos, send me messages. I'd definitely love to hear from you. Otherwise, guys, I will talk to you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.